guys, I'm so excited for today's video because today we're going to be testing out a palette that is probably the palette that I've seen in the last year that when I saw it, I've been the most impressed by and like the most excited about. So this is the Worldie palette by Plouise. So as you can see, this is a very, very large palette and it has like, I don't even know what these things inside are called, but it's kind of cool. But you can see it's called a Worldie palette and it has, can you see that? It has like a world map on the inside. So, I mean, the case is very big and is very bulky. I would say for like a regular consumer who's not like holding up their palettes to like show what they're doing, it's very cool. But as a YouTuber, I'm a little bit like, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to hold up every time. So I might just have to like put the pictures of the shades on the screen or something when I'm using it, but I'm still so excited. So let me go ahead and show you what the palette looks like. So let me first tell you about when I ordered this palette. So I ordered this palette on launch day and it took me, I wanna say about a week for it to come to me. I did buy this from their website, which is in the UK, and I live in the States, so it took about a week. And when it came all shattered. Two of the shimmers in this palette had literally exploded like all over my palette, so I emailed support. It took them quite a while to get back to me, about like a week I want to say, but as soon as they did and I sent them the pictures, they sent me a new palette and this one got here in less than a week. So pretty good customer service if you ask me. I'm very happy with my experience with the brand so far. This is my first time trying the brand, so I'm trying to look for the slip in here, but here's what the palette looks like if you haven't already seen it. It is a absolutely stunning color story. To me, this is very fall. Like, I don't know. I look at this and I see like leaves on trees like I have in my background here that I just switched out, but this is just a very fall appropriate palette. And I also see like Christmas in this with like all the greens and the purples and these darker like jewel tones. Like, I am so all over this color story. I'm so excited to play with this. I do want to, however, swatch this before we get into it because I'm super curious to just feel these shadows because like I said, this is my first time trying Plouise and I've just heard nothing but good things. This palette has 21 shades, 18 which are mattes and 3 which are shimmers, and it retails for £41.50. For me, I do prefer having more shimmers in my palette, but I kind of see this as a good excuse for me to play around with more of the shimmers that I have in my collection. So I'm not really mad at it, and I just find that the matte selection in this is fantastic. Like, there's a huge range of mattes all across the spectrum of light to dark, and I love that. And there are so many different colors, so many unique tones of mattes in this that I can't wait to like put these on my eyes. I will say for my swatches, I don't know, some of them just swatched very patchy and some of them are kind of sheer and some of them don't look like they're going to be as pigmented as they are in the pan, but I mean, swatches don't mean anything, and of course when you put them on top of the primer, that's all going to change, so I'm not going to judge this in any way. I was just a little surprised at how this swatched out because of the expectations of this brand that I kind of have in my head, because when you see looks from, you know, Plouise, all you see is these like amazing, super bright, super colorful, super vibrant, like cut creases and like artistic looks, and I was just expecting these to swatch like pressed pigments and be like super intense and like be kind of dry and powdery, but I didn't find that to be the case with all of them. Some of the darker mattes felt quite dry, but I don't know, I'm just excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean myself off a little bit and then we're gonna go ahead and try this palette. I can't wait. Like, you guys have no idea how excited I am for this. I don't know about you guys, but every time I get a new palette and I look at the palette, like the palette always has kind of a vibe and it always has like this thing where it almost like tells me what to do. And when I look at this palette, all I see is smoky eyes and cut creases because all of the mattes are very, very dark and I don't really like to have dark mattes like on the inner portion of my lid unless I'm doing a smoky eye. So for me, if I'm going to use these shimmers, like I want to do a smoky eye, like if that makes sense, because otherwise I would have to have a cut crease and like a matte on the inner portion of my lid. I don't do a lot of all matte eye looks because I struggle with my eye creasing sometimes, like in the beginning portion of my lid here, and I can't just like tap that out if I have a matte there, you know what I mean? So I do tend to stay away from that, but I'm definitely going to be doing some all matte eye looks with this palette because I mean, there's just so many colors and I want to play with all of them, and it's just a vibe that I get from this. But I think for today's eye look, I want to do something kind of fall because I mean, I just want it to be fall, okay? Like, I'm wearing my fall dress. I even put on tights today, even though it's like 100 degrees out, but I just want it to be fall. So I have a bit of a plan. I guess I'm trying to hold this palette up. It's not going to be like your traditional fall look. I want to play with this orange as well as the purple and also this very dark blue. And then we'll see what I end up doing on my lid. But those are going to be like my crease shades, I think. So I'm going to first start by taking this orange shade here, which is called Lounge. And I'm going to use my Rephr number 13 brush and just start by packing that in the inner corner of my crease. And speaking of Rephr, they actually told me that they're going to have a huge sale in October. I know a lot of you guys are probably interested. They're going to have the core set for half off in the concept store, which is absolutely insane. So I will have a link down below where you can sign up for notifications if you are interested in maybe picking that up, because that is an amazing deal. And you all know how much I love my Rephr brushes. Unfortunately, it's not going to have the number 13 or the number 14 in it, but it does have some other eye brushes that for me are a little bit too big, except for actually that's a lie. It's just one of them that's a little bit too big for me. But there's also going to be some face brushes in that set, and that set is honestly a really, really good deal if you can get such a big discount on it. So go ahead and check that out if that's something that you are interested in. So first impression of this shade, I would say it goes on a little bit sheer, but it seems to build up quite nicely here. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I'm gonna go in with the purple. Is that what I wanna do? These might end up getting a little bit muddy, so maybe I'll take a little bit of the orange shade and just pop that one a little bit like right in between. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this shade. This is so hard, you guys. This thing is so heavy, but I'm gonna grab this orange here, which is, ow, I'm squeezing my finger. It's called Sunset. I need to stop this. I need to just put pictures on the screen. So I'm gonna just place a little bit of that like right next to this color and blend these two gently in together. This one had a lot more kick up in the pan, and it also seems to be more opaque. It goes on very, very smoothly here. I'm not gonna use a lot of this. I just want a little bit to kind of connect this with the purple that I'm gonna use. So I'm next gonna take the purple, which is called First Class. I'm just gonna use the same brush, which is what I always do. I'm first just putting it down where it is that I want it to be, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend it out after. So I'm not gonna put too much of this in the outer corner of my eye because I do want to use that blue, and dark blues don't like to, literally just drop my brush. Dark blues usually don't like to layer over other shadows very much, so I'm gonna try to leave like the outer corner quite open here, and I need to get my brush and I need to clean my brush because it's on the floor. Just gonna give this a spritz of my Beauty So Clean Wipeout brush cleaner. Wow. Okay, just gonna clean this off a little bit here because who knows what is on that floor, you know? Because I'm not one of those people who vacuum every day. Like, I don't have time for that, and I don't care. So it's basically clean out. I'm gonna go back in with that purple shade and just keep working with this the way that I was here. I'm probably going to use the same shades under my eye as well, but I'm just gonna do my top lid first and we'll see how it's looking, if maybe I want to go in and play with some of these other shadows after. And this purple so far seems really, really nice. Like, I love the color of this. It's such a beautiful purple. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and forth and like finesse this a little bit afterwards, but I'm gonna kind of wipe off this brush and just get off the little bit of purple that I have on it. And I'm gonna grab the shade called San Francisco, which is the dark blue matte here. This one definitely felt quite dry when I swatched it, and it also didn't swatch the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and pat that on the outer corner of my eyes. Oh, I just love how dark and deep this is. Like, I love that they chose to have a dark blue as the darkest shade in their palette instead of having a black. I think that that just makes it so much more interesting and unique. As much as I like having a black shadow in a palette, I also really love having a deep blue, and not a lot of brands seem to be comfortable making blues like this. So this shadow just makes me so happy, and it's blending into that purple quite nicely here. I'm not going to take this all the way through my lid. I'm just going to keep it to the outer corner. This is layering very nicely. This is so pretty. Gonna take a little bit of this just on the outer corner of my lower lash line here as well. And then I'll probably go back in with the purple and kind of blend all the way around this blue. And I think I just want this to be like a cohesive look going all the way around the eye with the same colors that I have in my crease here. Oh, you have no idea how happy I am that this blue is good, because this is like a make it or break it shade for this palette. I feel like if this shade wasn't nice and easy to work with, it really would have just taken away so many options that you would have, because this is like such a good shade to deepen up basically any color with. And I just love this. I mean, so far this palette is doing exactly what I wanted to do, which makes me so happy because I had such high expectations going into this. So let me go ahead and just do the same thing underneath my eye that I have in my crease. I'm also going to just kind of go back and forth and go over everything a little bit to make sure it is the way that I want it to be. So I'll speed this up so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm not going to be talking through it because you've already kind of seen me put down these shadows.
It was all a big mistake, never meant to miss the date. I was caught up with my friends, I forgot that we had plans. So the roses on the floor and found the champagne by the door. All my favorite things, they were there except for you. You were gone. Now I'm here all alone, and I really wish you'd just pick up your phone. Called you like 1,000 times, you saw my name and hit decline.
This looks so good. I'm so excited. Let's see, what do I want to do on my lid? Because obviously I need to pull in something else because I don't feel like I have light enough shimmers to be able to go on the inner portion here. Unless I do a cut crease, which I don't really want to do a cut crease anyway today, so it's not really what we're going to be going for. So let's see, I do want to use a little bit of this dark blue here, which is called J'adore Paris or something like that. I don't think I want to use any glitter primer because I just want it to be layered kind of like over where I have the blue. Picks up absolutely beautifully on my brush. I do think that the shadow has a bit of a black base, at least it seemed like it when I swatched it. I am going to spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus here just so I don't get any fallout. So I'm basically just going to place that above the outer corner where I put down that blue shade, just to get a better gradient into the shimmer here for the next shadow that I'm going to put. That looks so pretty. Y'all, I'm very, very happy right now. Just going to make this into a bit of a diagonal, and then whatever I end up layering on the front portion of my lid is going to blend nicely into this. I'm thinking I want to find some kind of a gold shade. Maybe that could be kind of fun. And I really feel like I need to do a smoky eye with this blue all over my lid. Imagine like the lime green in my crease or something with this all over the lid and something fun in the inner corner. Yes. Now the question is, what do I want to do on my front portion? I did bring out my Glaminatrix shadows because she has a really, really nice yellow. Is that what I want to do? Let me take a look at these. So these are from Glaminatrix, like I said. I did do a swatch party video with all of these not that long ago. I will link that if you want to check it out. I was thinking maybe I could use this yellow shimmer. Wouldn't that be so pretty? This orange shimmer is really nice too, but it's not going to blend the best into this just blue that I have down. So I'm thinking I just want to do the yellow. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm pretty sure this one is called Lemonade. And I'm basically just going to pop that on the rest of my lid here. I want to be a little bit careful so I don't blend this into the blue too soon, because I don't want to create any kind of green on my brush until I'm ready to do so. So I'm just going to do the front portion here first, and then when I go to connect them, I'll do it on both eyes at the same time. So I'm ready to connect them. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this yellow on my brush and just start gently going over that blue. Still keeping to that diagonal line here and just gently feathering them over each other. Oh, I mean, how fun is this? I love this. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush with this yellow and just wrap this around down to my lower lash line as well. Just a little bit here. I still want all of the oranges to show, so I don't want too much of this. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it with the eyes. I'm gonna finish off. I'm probably going to finesse the blends just like a little bit right on the lid here, but I'm gonna finish off my eyes. Probably put on a orange lipstick, and then I'll come back and I will show you the final look. Okay, so I am back. Let me just tell you quickly what I did to finish off. So in my waterline, I mixed two of the Lethal eyeliners. This one is in the shade Amplitude, it's an orange, and I mixed it with the shade Stereo, which is a yellow, and I made an orange. So very simple, but I love using these liners. They can just be mixed and be used for so many different things. For my blush, I was kind of wearing this beforehand too, but I'm wearing the Mini Bloom blush from Natasha Denona. And then my highlighter is the Jaclyn Hill Loose Highlighter in High Vault. I love this. I don't know what's happened to this side of my face, but I have like an indent here, and it's been quite some time since I woke up, so I don't know if I like slept on something, and now I have like, I don't know, a little dent on my face. I don't know what happened there, but now it's there. Did I do anything else? Oh, for my lipstick, I'm wearing Quest by Lethal. This is such a beautiful orange. I just love this. I feel like it just goes so well with like everything that is happening around me right now, as well as my look. So I am so obsessed with this look. I mean, my thoughts so far about this palette is that I am honestly kind of blown away. Like, I wasn't sure at first when I went to put down like my first two mattes. I was like, these are nice, but not any different than what I already have in my collection. But then the more I started working with like the deeper mattes, I am honestly blown away. I think that these are so nice. I love this look so much. I love the blend. I love how everything applied. I can't wait to do more with this palette. I do have a feeling that I'm going to be doing a lot of looks with this, and I'll definitely make it into a video. I don't know how many looks I'm going to be making. If this video does really well, I'll definitely do 10 looks. It might do it anyway, who knows, because I'm so inspired by this palette, and I'm just so excited to have it in my collection. Let me know if you guys picked it up. Also, let me know if you want to see more looks with this, because you're getting it anyway. But if there's any certain color combinations or anything like that that maybe you want to see, do let me know, and I can probably make that happen. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. I mean, it's obviously just a first impression, but so far I am so happy with my purchase. I'm so happy to have this palette in my collection. I have a feeling that this is going to quickly become one of my favorite palettes, and it's probably going to end up in the top 5 of the year. I'm just putting that out there right now. I mean, again, just a first impression, but so far I absolutely love this. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you want to see some other first impression videos that I have on my channel, here's my playlist. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one.